Made in Hollywood.
The gripping World War II drama Nuremberg is made in Hollywood.
I really love doing that scene in the stadium where I lay out to him why what we're doing is so important.
Made in Hollywood.
Also on today's show, the action-packed DEA thriller Trap House stars Dave Bautista.
I didn't want, the parents to be the star of this film. I wanted the kids to be the stars of the film.
Plus, the romantic drama Tyler Perry's Finding Joy features Shannon Thornton. The holiday comedy A Merry Little Xmas stars Alicia Silverstone and Oliver Hudson. And Nicolas Cage and FKA Twigs star in the period supernatural thriller The Carpenter's Son. This week on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
The gripping World War II drama Nuremberg, featuring Michael Shannon and John Slattery, follows the pursuit of justice and a chilling battle of minds between psychiatrist and war criminal.
Justice Jackson?
They captured Herman Goring alive.
What are they going to do with him?
You are standing inside a secret military prison. It houses what's left of the Nazi high command.
Hey! Never do that in my prison again.
My first reaction was, I don't think I'm the man to play this part. If you want what's on the page, then you probably should find someone else. He's convinced me to do it my own way, or we'll figure out a way to do it.
Goering? Sergeant Herman Goering?
That's the one.
That coupled with, of course, wanting to be in it and wanting to be a part of such a great story.
See, that's crazy to me because you come off so authoritative and in command in the film, but you don't feel that way about yourself in general.
Ask anyone. No, exactly. No authority whatsoever.
The governments of Russia, France, Great Britain, and our United States will put these men on trial for their lives.
He kind of brings this all upon himself because the trials are his idea. A lot of people in the American government thought if we caught Nazis, we should just execute them. And he went out of his way to establish the tribunal.
There's no international law to base the charges on.
The world needs to know what these men did.
Thank God he did it because it was a brilliant idea and he was right. But he sacrificed a bit of his own professional trajectory in order to accomplish it.
I'm going to put Herman Goering on the stand, and I'm going to make him tell the world what he did.
I'm so charmed by Rami all the time. I mean, he's so alive. He's so much fun to work with, even in a story or a situation like this. In the book, The Nazi and the Psychiatrist, which the film is based on, you don't really see too much interplay between Jackson and Kelly. It really focuses on his time with the Nazis in the prison. I really love doing that scene in the stadium where I lay out to him why what we're doing is so important, and I'm really glad it's in the story, and I love shooting that with him because he was such an amazing listener to play off of.
We are able to do away with domestic tyranny only when we make all men answerable to the law.
Couldn't find a more enthusiastic leader who fortunately had written the script, so he had a wealth of ideas and collaborative, and he was willing to try things. He was willing to make adjustments. He was willing to accommodate. This cast has very different energies between Russell and Rami and Mike and Richard Grant, and there's a lot of different methods of working, and he accommodated all of them. And at least speaking for myself, I couldn't have had a more willing partner.
So that it can never happen again.
In the action-packed thriller Trap House, Dave Bautista stars as an undercover DEA agent who discovers his own rebellious teenagers are using his tactics to rob a dangerous cartel.
Benito's sister's in El Paso.
Know what she's doing here?
She's digging for you.
Look at this guy.
She's here to crack the cover identities of all you DEA agents. They're gonna find you. They're gonna wipe you out. And all of your families.
A buddy of mine who actually works for the NSA now, but he's kind of been around law enforcement, came to me with this idea about DEA agents, and they're seizing drugs and money from drug dealers, and these kids, they start robbing the money from their parents. And I said, I don't love that.
What about all that cash you seized in the raid? His dad died getting that money. Doesn't the DEA owe the family something?
It's not the way it works. So I came up with the idea of, the kids actually really, needing the money, not just wanting the money, not to want to be on a wild ride, but needing the money to help a friend, and that they actually started robbing drug dealers that their parents were investigating.
So if you die, I get a GoFundMe?
You want us to jack a drug cartel?
No, I want to jack a trap house owned by a cartel.
I didn't want, the parents to be the star of this film. I wanted the kids to be the stars of the film. Especially I found out with wrestling, it's like sometimes you want the bad guy to get away with it.
Bingo!
Next, we're going to be hitting one of the Cabrera's money mules.
This is the second time the Cabreras have been hit, so no way in hell this is random.
Yeah, Jack and I bonded immediately. We were kind of from the same neck of the woods, and he was really starting to get into boxing and stuff, so we had kind of had something to talk about. And we went, and it just happened organically. We went and trained before we started filming. We kind of worked out together, and you really get to know people when you work out. Jack he's just such a nice, cool, humble kid.
We don't get him, the cartel will, right? And they don't forget.
1,000 questions to pick his brain about, and especially, he's done stage work. He's like a real guy's guy. He's like super into, he's like into sports, and he's just, and he's super handsome, which is obnoxious. And he's a New Yorker too, so he's just a little rough around the edges. And so, but I picked my spots and just kind of picked his brain about acting and stuff. I was such a big fan of his because I thought his his portrayal of his character in Boardwalk Empire was just so fearless.
Coming up, the romantic drama Tyler Perry's Finding Joy features Shannon Thornton, and the holiday comedy A Merry Little Xmas stars Alicia Silverstone and Oliver Hudson. To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviephone.com. Find it, watch it.
I love that Kate is a bit unhinged in her determination to have a perfect Christmas with her family one last time.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Now available on your home screen. A struggling New York fashion designer's trip to Colorado takes an unexpected turn when a snowstorm and a chance encounter change her outlook on life and love in Tyler Perry's Finding Joy, featuring Shannon Thornton.
Look at him. He blowing kisses now. She always calling him. He don't never call her back. Are y'all dating or not? I told you we're taking it slow.
Hi.
There were so many different emotions, and just loving the relationship that she has with her friends and that beautiful bond that they share.
Come to Colorado with me for the holidays.
I'd love to go.
I go first to the character and I try to see, who they are and if there's something I can do with it. And Ridge as a character is very three-dimensional.
It was just so easy to do my job, especially when you're working with people who are easy to work with. They're great at what they do. They engage with you, so it makes it easier for you to do what you do.
Morning.
Ain't nobody around for miles. You should come on back inside.
He's a loner, he's a cowboy. He likes to stay by himself. He's very solitude. He likes to tend to his cattle and his dogs and hang out and not have to be seen by other people. And so when Joy shows up at his doorstep and they get stuck together, it is the exact thing he does not want to happen.
You don't have any TV or social media?
Just me, nature, and God.
She's so weird.
I grew up watching Tyler Perry's plays. And I grew up really into theater, and I remember watching his plays and falling in love with how he was able to intertwine wisdom and comedy and authenticity, and who knew that he would end up making films.
That man is a machine, honey. My goodness, he's so good. To watch him in action is just like, like jaw dropping. This is my first movie. It's my first time acting in a movie, so I wanted so badly to make sure that I lived up or measured up to at least a fraction of the greatness that Tyler Perry is.
I mean, he is an absolute legend and deserving of that, because the efficiency with which the production team worked is unmatched. I mean, we shot the whole movie in 5 days, which is incredible.
I read all these romance novels, and it's so stupid to come here and offer some fantasy.
You don't have to be sorry for loving somebody.
He brings a lot of humor to certain things. It's just really fun working with him. And he will, if something inspires him in that moment, he'll feed you a line. He's like, you should say this right now. Like, so-and-so said that, say this back. You may not understand it in the moment, but seeing how that came together and the audience laughing at something that was like some line that just popped up in his head at the last minute, it was just really, really cool. He knows his audience so well and what they love.
Now that is something out of one of your romance novels.
Now available on your home screen. The holiday comedy A Merry Little Xmas, starring Alicia Silverstone and Oliver Hudson, follows a recently divorced woman whose plans for one last perfect family Christmas are hilariously derailed when her ex-husband shows up with his younger girlfriend.
I love Christmas. The lights, family time. It's awesome. But this year, Christmas might look a little different.
I love that Kate is a bit unhinged in her determination to have a perfect Christmas with her family one last time, because she's consciously uncoupling from her husband. We start the film with a divorce, and she loves her kids. She loves this knucklehead. She wants everyone to have a good time.
Practicing total honesty.
Dad didn't tell you?
He's dating someone.
And then, oops, he brings this one along. And she is successful, and she's younger, and she's, beautiful, and it's really throws things off.
Does every person in this town know? I'm in a book club. All we do is gossip and drink.
Yeah, well, I had to lean into the knucklehead role after she kept calling me a knucklehead on and off screen. So I figured, well, I think Alicia wants me to play the knucklehead. Yes, I'm a doctor in this town. I have to save lives. What do you want me to do, babe? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is a neglect that can happen, when you get too focused, when you get too locked in on what you are doing, and you can forget about sort of the things that are even more important.
I think this is a bit like The Holiday, except in that movie, the ex-wife was dead.
I really enjoyed this role. I really enjoyed getting to canoodle with you and then flirt with you and then have fun, intimate scenes with you and for us not to be enemies. There were a lot of women at the helm of this production, and so I think women know how to avoid all of the stereotypes and traps. And so I think that them not being mortal enemies and them kind of understanding that we're both in pain, we're both looking for love, neither one of us is trying to hurt each other, is something you don't really see very often in movies.
I need to take you out to dinner sometime.
And cheat on Mrs. Claus?
We're in an open relationship. It's totally fine.
And this one, it would be very easy for him to sort of play things a bit sexy or something. But every scene I had with him, he just went straight for the comedy. Like he's the silliest, stupidest thing you could do. He's never trying to look good. He's always making a mess. And that's wonderful, that freedom. Everyone was wonderful. I think the whole cast is wonderful.
Time of death, 3:58.
Can you take your hand out from under my sweater?
Oh, yeah.
To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviephone.com. Find it, watch it. Up next, Nicolas Cage and FKA Twigs star in the period supernatural thriller, The Carpenter's Son.
For me, the moral of the story was about humility and forgiveness. And I thought that was really beautiful.
Made in Hollywood.
Nicolas Cage and FKA Twigs star in the supernatural thriller The Carpenter's Son as a family in Roman-era Egypt faces escalating demonic forces that test their faith and traditions.
What awaits us when we turn at last to death? Let my faith endure. Faith.
It wasn't my intention really to do a biblical story, but this text itself and the idea that there hadn't really been film made before in the biblical era, for all intents and purposes, horror. But to me, that really is just a realistic approach. If you're kind of like reading that text in that world.
My only strength to bear against the devil itself.
When I was a child, my mum would always ask me, and what's the moral of that story at the end of every film or every book? And it's something that in a lot of modern filmmaking, I really miss. Actually, the idea that a story has a purpose to teach you something about the way that you could live your life. And in the final scene of Lotvie's script, for me, the moral of the story was about humility and forgiveness. And I thought that that was really beautiful.
Do you want to know a secret? I know one that can free you.
Who are you? I think it goes without saying that it's daunting. It doesn't specify who the characters are, right? So it says the boy, the father, and the mother. And I read it and had no clue that it was Jesus until like 3/4 of the way through the script, and I was going, hang on, this feels like the story of Jesus, or like has some sort of connection to it. But I was so like hooked already to the story and what it was telling, regardless of whether it was about Jesus or just about a boy discovering who he truly was, like an incredible coming of age story. And so then when I found out it was about Jesus, it was way more daunting, but also at that point I'd already been sold. I was already too invested in that story to not want to tell it.
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
Movie Phone? So exciting.
Can I get hired? I want to be movie phone guy.
Welcome to Movie Phone.
If you have any medical issues, just call Movie Phone.
Thanks for joining us for Movie Phone, unscripted, where we answer your questions.
Who is the most fun person to fake punch? Like, generally in life? Like,
I would assume in the movies.
Stay tuned, there's more coming up on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Thanks for watching Made in Hollywood, powered by MoviePhone. For more behind-the-screen content, check out MoviePhone.com.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.